All right, welcome to this 2v2 match, best of 3, being played out in the Infolet number 2 2v2 tournament. And in the top right here, we have in the red. Is this a mismatch? Okay, this confused me last time. Down here we have a red GameFriend, but up here this looks like a JXP. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be... Okay, so we in the red Vanguard coloring is JXP. And in the... Is that orange? Oh, geez. Well, this is GameFriend, and together they are LevelUp. And we've got their cool little mining strategy, which has already won them the first series. At least I'm claiming that's what happened. But they're up against afterMath. And here we have TheoRy in the blue Infernal. And his partner and teammate from Team Aftermath is albino in the teal. And their colors seem to match. Maybe that is orange and that is red. Maybe they're both red. That certainly looks like a red celestial prism. Maybe I'm colorblind. Those are orange bobs. He's got orange life. His health bar is orange. So I believe it. Now here we have dog on dog. They're just chasing each other around. This dog's looking for a cabbage. I wonder if they went ahead of time and learned where all the cabbages are. I certainly don't even know where all the cabbages are on the 1v1 maps. And now we have another dog out. So this is interesting. We're getting dogs coming from albino, which I guess is still part of the meadow in the Vanguard. Although, yeah, we're seeing a hedgehog now instead. Dogs and hogs can be a kind of common Vanguard versus Vanguard composition. These dogs, I think, are trying to look for that one dog that's managed to escape. Hoping to get a kill on it. Now back home here for LevelUp. What do we got going on? Looks like similar build. We got Exos coming out of JXP. And GameFriend's going Argents, at least to start. Although we see a Guardian Nexus coming in here. And is that going to be for upgrades or is that going to be for Kree? We will find out. These dogs managing to find a lone Argent, but the Argent running away. Exos pushing back this small harassment force. Another hog and another dog coming to join. Meanwhile, it's Gaunt's out of TheoRy who's doing the creeping. So far, only creeping being done has been done by Team afterMath. And they're starting to take map control. We see some Exos moving out on the map, which this might not be a good matchup. Although, ooh. Yeah, okay, so some pretty good control from JXP. Not wanting to lose any of those Exos, so just going to try and kite these units, but there just seems to be enough fiends there that might be able to get a little bit of a surround, and instead catching some of these rallying Exos. And one goes down. There's 3 more rallying Exos here, and the Hedgehog's getting on top of them, managed to take out 2 more. One managing to get to the ball of Exos. But now we've got Exos on the top, and we've got Kree on the south. They're trying to get a little bit of a sandwich or flank there. There just wasn't quite enough units. Really, they just wanted to keep their units alive. This is a pretty large force out of Team afterMath now. And this is, looks like not necessarily an all-in. They are expanding behind this. But they do have definitely more units. Maybe about a 10 supply lead, so not too much. And these Kree trying to roll by and get on top of the Gaunts. But these dogs jumping on top of them and a lot of the Kree going down. And this now Exo Ball, which is pretty large, is being chased back. One Exo going down. Managing to kite and snipe a lot of those units. One Brute, and now some Gaunts are going to be taken care of. But the Hedgehogs come back to try and reapply the pressure. Now we're losing some Exos. Kree coming back into the matchup. And now they're just going to take out these two effigies. And it looks like afterMath is going to retreat. So the Gaunts, they do have Plague Axes, but as you can see, they're kind of moving slow. They want that Reaper's Rush if they want to continue to engage with these speedy Exos. But Hedgehog's up into the natural here, killing some Bobs. Just focus firing Bobs, that's good, and then trying to kill the command post, but it'll probably get cancelled. It's not clear if it got cancelled or not. If it didn't, of course, you lose all the minerals or all the Luminite spent on that. And this Hedgehog, oh, poor buddy. Now, these Hedgehogs are kind of wedged inside here. Are they going to find a way to get out? All the way up the ramp here. There's not much they can do. The trees have been chopped down here, so they're just going to say, let's focus some Bobs. Let's see what kind of damage we can get. And they're hoping, can I scurry by? Can I escape? Oh, what? I have no idea what happened to that Hedgehog. It looked like he tried to nosedive. He's going to suicide off the cliff. This one Hedgehog. It's like, I was supposed to meet up with some other Hedgehogs. Anyone seen the other Hedgehogs? Never mind, we're going back home. And now, LevelUp is pushing out with a big old Exo Ball and just a small number of Kree coming with them. This Kree's going to get taken out. They're almost in a parade. It's just one long line of Exos. And they meet up with this Lancer who gets shredded. And they decide to turn around. No, I think they're just trying to regroup a little bit. They're like, let's move up this ramp, but there are a lot of TheoRy's forces here. He's got some Weavers, which again are going to be... We've got Vulcans here for albino. This is an interesting choice. Now, Vulcans, I think, can do pretty good against these Kree. If you don't micro them too much, you just stand them in the back. Now, the Bobs get overcharged and sent out to do some tanking. Actually, both Vulcans have been focus fired down. Another Vulcan in the back here. It's going to get focus fired, but jump jets to the high ground. The Weavers are pushing in from the bottom, so again, this looks like it's a bit of a contain or a flake on this army. There's nowhere for it to go other than deeper into the base. The Kree get on top of the Bobs. Are they going to get any kills on those Bobs? No, the Bobs turn into their invincible stance where they repair each other. Now it's just Exos and Kree going down, cleaned up by Team afterMath. So that push, not really getting the damage done that they wanted. Sure, they were able to kill a lot of the army. They killed off some of those Vulcans, but more Vulcans already hitting the map. And it's looking like afterMath is going for a bit of a higher tech composition this time. This is their first game, but we haven't seen higher tech in any of the games previous. It's been mostly Tier 1 teeing up against Tier 1, and we'll see how the LevelUp team tries to deal with that. So far, it looks like they're staying on a largely Tier 1 comp. Still just Kree coming out here. Now, are those Kree a good matchup for this little ball? I don't think so, actually. I think the Lancers can do some frontlining while the Vulcans actually mow them down pretty well. And just more Vulcans. It looks like it's going to be a Vulcan play from albino. And here we have TheoRy just expanding all the way up this north side of the map, or this left side of the map, I should say. What were those Weavers doing? They were uncertain. They're going to go pound down this camp now. And, okay, Cabal's being added. So we are getting a little bit of Tier 2. I really love the Cabal unit. So glad to see it's here. Not upgraded yet. But retreating all the way back. Oh, that's because there was a drop up here, it looks like. Typical theory play to put the drop in. What? A fiend. Like, where are these units? I can see them on the minimap, but I can't see them. I don't know how you get fiends there. Another drop coming in. And a Starvin's Watch immediately. And then a retreat from the Harbinger. That's keeping these units over here. Oh, they found that fiend. I don't know how he was hanging out in the trees like that. Going to stand over the water. TheoRy's got some next level play, I tell you. Hiding his little blue dot on the blue water of the minimap. Okay, 5 Vulcans now, plus 5 Lancers and some Medtechs. That's a pretty nice force, but yeah, there's a pretty big ground force here. Lots of frontline units, lots of Kree and Lancers. I don't know if that's a great comp, unless you can get a good surround. And in this case, we got some Gaunt drop. Looks like it's going to go down. Yeah, the Harbinger goes down as well. But the full army of... Well, I was going to say aftermath, but really just TheoRy is up here. He's trying to take this base. And we've got a ton of frontline units. We see all those Kree just kind of rolling around, unsure what to do. The Weaver are able to just walk right on top of all these units and just walk right to the front line. And it looks like more units coming down from the south. And actually, here come the Vulcans with some Hellborn. This is going to be a nasty little flank here. Really good concave coming out of Team Aftermath. And those melee units are just getting mowed down by the Vulcans. Wow, and one Hellborn in the back there firing down as well. This is a pretty good play. Going to take out this collection array, it looks like. We have size now being added, so that's actually helpful. It's the Gaunts they need to worry about. And, okay, they're trying to really get that collection array. Not sure if that's super the best focus. Just keep pushing the army. Okay, so these Vulcans rotating around. They're nice and slow. But there's 6 of them. Ooh, jumping right on top of the Bobs, mowing them down, and then just focusing down the scrapyard. We have these size now maybe moving across the map to see if they can do some damage. And TheoRy... Okay, he looks like he's moving his arm. They're all moving their army back. Maybe they saw these size coming back. I think they don't need to retreat their whole army to deal with them. There's only 5 of them. There's a Manifest Shroud Stone. Is that going to get one of them? No. But one does go down to the infest damage, it looks like. And now they're cornered in the back here. Some Shadow Flyers actually can chase them down. That's not what you wanted with your Shadow Flyers. Unless, of course, your GameFriend, then that's exactly what you wanted. And TheoRy is just moving his whole army back, but they've already rotated around. But Albino is saying, I don't care about those size. You deal with them. I don't have anything that can hit them anyways. I'm gonna go take out some camps. They're gonna go hide. Ooh, very weak sides here. But now Albino is pushing into this base, and those Bobs are going to get mowed if they stand in the Vulcan fire for too long. But the Vulcans take out the base and are now on top of the collection array. There is a Nanoswarm on top of the Vulcan that's tanking the Sarvin's Watch, and that's this base down. Meanwhile, the sides are back here doing damage, but TheoRy's no longer worried about it. Is now deciding, I'm just going to go kill bases. Let's kill bases. Actually, Albino retreated. Thought he might push into the next base. But that's what TheoRy's going to do. And there are some helicarriers with a bombing run. Look how many Gaunt corpses there are on the ground there. That's a devastating bombing run. And pushing right up the map here. The Molten Touch on those Kree. They're going to go down. And now brutes and weavers can walk right into the base. And this push is pretty strong here. I don't know what they're going to do about it. The Scythes have returned home. But there's just so many gaunts. Okay, there's these helicarriers. There's 4 of them, actually. That's a real nice fleet of helicarriers. And with a couple of these bombing runs, yeah, a lot of gaunts are going down. But we do have the Vulcans coming in now. And they're just doing damage to the buildings down there at the south. Well, more bombing runs. Just blah, take that, gaunts. Take that, brutes. But these brutes, now it's just a ton of fiends that come out. And the units on the low ground have mowed them down, and it looks like there's not a lot of macro. It's sort of an A move in. I think TheoRy's focused on these helicarriers. These helicarriers are not going down, and they just mowed down a ton more gaunts. So these helicarriers are good, but yeah, they're just too little too late. And that's a GG coming out of LevelUp. Alright, here we have Team Aftermath taking game 1. In the teal we have Albino, and in the blue we have TheoRy. And their opponents on the top right of 2v2 Boneyard is GameFriend and jayxp, Team LevelUp, with GameFriend in the Celestial and jayxp in the Vanguard. And I'm going to stop calling what colors those are. I've just decided I don't know what they are. Oh, one cabbage. The cabbage fight is won by albino. And we have Hexen and dog damage. They are trying to take out this pup with a double team. This pup running all the way into the back saying, "Why'd you have to eat my cabbage? I have a Bob back here that's going to protect me." Albino's trying to micro his pup. I don't think you're going to be able to out DPS those Bobs. And so teleporting back home, and this dog also running out saying, "Where's my cabbage? Can I find a cabbage?" Does albino know where the cabbages are? Running all the way back here. There's usually a creep camp down here. Is there usually a cabbage? She's like, "Where is that cabbage?" See, here's the thing. 2v2 Boneyard is a lot different than regular Boneyard. It has some of the same features, but for instance, you can see that these vision towers are moved out of where they usually are, which is tucked in these trees. And in fact, looks like there's more trees there too. And the bases are changed. There's not that double Therium down here. There's also this energy camp here. Because there's like a natural down here. So lots of little changes. And what do we got so far? We do have a natural going down for TheoRy. And we are on Vault Conclave with a ritual chamber coming up. And we have a biokinetic slab coming out of albino. And up here we have Guardian Nexus coming down. We saw Kree last game. And we have Rax with the biokinetics, and it looks like quick draw hustle. So this has been the strat they've been using for the most part in all their matches we've seen this morning. Let's see if they'll find a way to crack Team Aftermath, who were able to break them in the first game. With some interesting strategies. Mostly conclave tech is what we saw out of TheoRy. A lot of gaunts and weavers. And albino went mech, Vulcans, medtechs, and some lancers out front, which seemed to work for them. It was an interesting composition. And I think part of the issue was just that Team LevelUp stayed on tier 1 just a little bit longer than they should have. The scythes and such were coming out a little bit late. And now we have GameFriend doing some creep-in over here, as well as jayxp creep in the vision camp up here. So actually, they might start to get a little bit ahead in the creeping ahead of Team Aftermath, who's now taking out the energy camp too. And we are seeing some of that first bio from albino also moving out on the map here toward the vision camp. Cool. Shroudstone going down over here. So synergy between the teams already showing up. I think the coolest I've seen is that mining trick that we've witnessed from JXP and GameFriend. And whoa, these Kree getting on top of these. Exo, one Exo going down. Another one getting surrounded. And then this Lancer going down as well. That is not great losses for Albino in the early game. And we now have Brute, Gaunt, and a single Exo. No, Exo, where you going? Run home. Ay, 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 ay. No, why'd you guys zone me in? Poor Exo got stuck between a Brute and a Kree. And these Kree rolling around back trying to get on top of the Gaunts. Now that's meaning the smaller Bioforce is allowed to push forward, kind of uncontested. There's so many Kree that are just... Oh, now they're on top of the Gaunts. We have a Manifest Shroud, so that might be enough to push back. But now the Kree are just saying, can I get some damage on these imps? Luckily, microed away. Probably not likely going to get a lot of damage on the imps. And meanwhile, the army of JXP actually was able to retreat somewhat safely. So that push, I don't know if that really did the damage it needed to. A few imps, I think, going down. A lot of Gaunts went down initially. And I think maybe what we were seeing there is just Albino kind of expoed and wasn't fully up to force. He lost those Exos right away. So that was probably most of the damage that we saw done. Looks like TheoRy's trying to fiend run by his own partner. Probably played enough games against Albino that he wants to just go kill those Bobs. But no, he's just trying to position well because there are Kree in the base. This Kree gets surrounded by the Fiends. Whoa, misclick. Attacking his own effigy. It's at 1 hit point. 1 hit point. Somehow he managed it. Now this is why the Shroudstone's here. Boom. You're going to attack over there. I can teleport my Weavers in. I can yank those Exos and kill them down. Ooh, focus fires of the sentry post twice. Those Weavers aren't going to just, you know, toe-to-toe with an Exo Ball. They can tank, though. It's just sitting there. He's on hold position. He's going to die. Okay, another one. Standing on the Shroud is pretty good because you do it regen. And for Weavers, that's a ton of health that you regen because it's percent base and they have so much health. That means they can regen out DPS some units. Not an Exo Ball, of course, but some units they can just out regen. And this Weaver might go down. 2 low Weavers. Are we going to see other units come to defend here? We do see a Brute, and here we have the rest of TheoRy's army coming now. And that's pushing this little ball up, but the Kree doing a good job of keeping the units off the Exos, although it looks like the Exo Ball has been whittled down a little bit. And, well, stabilize here. Losing, I think, a Rax or 2 maybe. And it looks like a little bit more defensive play out of Albino. Got a flat cannon up. Building a couple more. And Team LevelUp's going to be doing some creeping now. There's more units streaming across the map here. I think they're committed to this pressure. Again, I'm not really sure if this is an all-in. There's lots of, for instance, collection arrays going down around the map. But this commitment to early tech, I think, is what makes it a little all-in-y. If you're not about to do a tech switch and change it up. Okay, we got Exos versus Exos, but there's more red Exos than teal Exos, and I think that means red Exos win. Of course, TheoRy's army comes to reinforce, and only one Exo getting lashed out there, and the rest of them trying to retreat. These Kree rolling back and forth. I'm not sure where they're trying to get to. Maybe they're trying to do some creeping behind this, but while also trying to lend some protection to the Exo Ball. And it looks like this Therium Tower is going to be taken back by, or not back, but taken by Team Aftermath. And we have a Fiend going up here. Seeing, yeah, there are actually bases everywhere. In fact, there's a base going down right here in the backyard. So GameFriend's strategy, it seems to be, let's just take all the bases. And at the moment, okay, now doing a tech switch, we see origins being added and some sides. So I do like this strategy to go for higher tech a little faster. It looks like they're just going to go ahead and take out this creep camp. Meanwhile, what do you got going on? Oh, TheoRy finds this base and says, okay, wait a second, this is my base. You can't take my base. And, yep, TheoRy Ninja base, you're going down. And Albino's also got a third up. And it looks like there's a second base here, but I don't know if there's no third yet. A little bit slower expansion out of JXP, but maybe not necessary because GameFriend has expanded all over the map. Now, I don't think in 2v2, because again, I mentioned earlier that 2v2 was a labor of love for one of the devs, and, you know, I think maybe even built it up in some of his spare time or something. Which means that a lot of the features that you might want are not built in, and one of the features that seems to be missing so far is the ability to transfer minerals, luminite and Ethereum, to your partners. So, you know, in other games, one strat is maybe one of you can mass expand while the other one is just building production, and you can feed money to your partner. But you can't do that right now in Stormgate, just not feasible. So just because GameFriend has taken most of the map doesn't necessarily mean that's impacting JXP's income at all. Although remember, they were doing that weird mining trick, so maybe that's helped JXP's income indirectly. So they were engaging around these trees here, which not really advantageous for any of these armies to get caught in any chokes. So I often knock those trees down when I'm playing 1v1s, just to give my army more space. I play Infernal and we like to have a little more space. So this game has definitely been macro. We saw a little pressure at the beginning there, but so far they're just building up big balls. And here we have maybe an engagement. Shadowflyer's getting on top of the size. We got Gaunt's on the size. Are they gonna get that size? He's so low. The Kree come in now. We hear a few Kree dying. That little ring sound, that's them dying. Okay, just trying to get either army to commit into the choke, which of course is not great. We got a nanoswarm going down on one of the Kree. Kree are robots, I guess. Is that right? Let's go grab a Kree. Are you a robot? Light mechanical. A mechanical. So it must be a robot. And here we have some size, but we have a Manifest Shroud Stone. I don't think that's going to be good enough. We have the Harbinger. I think the Harbinger kind of spooked them. Like, what do you got in there? A bunch of Gaunts? Maybe I should get out of here. In fact, there's nothing. It's just a Scout Harbinger there to get high ground vision. Not necessarily true, actually. TheoRy is probably one of the best Harbinger users that I've seen. He uses it a lot. And what do we have here? Hornets. Little Hornet harass. We got some Invincible Bobs actually proving they are not invincible. And then the sides come over here. I think Hornets win that battle. I'm not really sure. Hornets are bonus versus light. And I'm pretty sure scythes are light. Yes, okay. But you know what's not light? These giant helicarriers. So, last game, this high-tech came out a little late. But this game is coming out on time because we have this army from TheoRy taking out one of the collection arrays of GameFriend. But now it's basically a 1v1 here, or 1v2 here. as we have both armies of LevelUp facing off here. And we have a bombing run teleporting out those ignite. What? Oh, I've seen this bug. If there's not enough space around your shrine when you teleport, they won't teleport, but they will waste their charge. Oh, terrible. It's the worst of both worlds. We now have this Shroudstone going down, and that shrine is not going to be long for this world either. In fact, all those imps going down, but we see that's also a classic theory play, turning them into flame imps before they die. And now we have both armies, although a huge bombing run. Oh my god, so much just was wiped out there. So many Gaunts and Exos just disappeared. But is it going to be enough? There's a strong push into this ground army. A lot of Argents dying. It's the size in the helicarriers up above that are staying alive. We have Gravings on the map. Those Gravens teleport up to the high ground, and they're focusing down the size because they do bonus damage versus light. They're not as good against the helicarriers. And now the helicarriers click that return to hangar button, and they're flying back. But now, ooh, we have those Hornets jumping on top of them. And, well, I think that turned out better for Team Aftermath, actually. Both teams losing some buildings, but it was collection arrays, not shrine. Oh, it was a shrine. The shrine did go down. Oh, nice Dark Prophecy. I didn't see that we had Animancers out yet, but that looked like a Animancer caught out on the map. And we're back to farming bobs here. These Hornets are definitely being annoying. We have interesting forward scrapyard here, getting some Therium. Scrapyard's all over the map. Very interesting strategy. This is a double, like, wow. Fine, I've never really seen Vanguard expand out so much. That's almost like a celestial expansion pattern. We have one Bob here being like, what's going on? Hey, Mr. Hellborn, want to be buds? And Hellborn says, sure, let's play catch. Here's a fireball. Okay, yeah, this is a huge Air Force coming in. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 helicarriers. They're wigging out. There's so many of them. They're like, how do we even stay in formation like this? I don't know what that jitter's about. Maybe that's just how helicarriers fly. They jitter around. There's a dragon on the map too. Oh, more Gaunts just mowed down. Blah. Dead. But we got Hornets coming out. Hornets are pretty good against size, it looks like. But you know what's not good against helicarriers is pretty much anything on the ground. Everything on the ground is just dying. Sky Mines over here trying to get cleaned up, but these Hornets, yeah, trying to do something. You don't want to lose those Hornets. They're expensive and kind of squishy. Another bombing run. Trying to get Shadow Flyers and Gaunts on top of these helicarriers. One of the helicarriers going down. We got Hornets down below. Look at all those nanoswarms. So many nanoswarms trying to keep them alive. We have Sky Mines. Ooh, some Sky Mines connecting. Another helicarrier going down. Oh, some really oh, wow. All the helicarriers really weak sides as well. The Hornets seem to be winning the day with their great bonus damage versus light. And now it's just Snowball, and that's a GG out of LevelUp. So this series goes to Team Aftermath.